But at the end of the day, kids, all good things must come to an end. And this is unfortunately one of those good things, which demise has come. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. I'm going to start a new series on my story, and it's going to be called Hot Take of the Day. So here's Hot Take of the Day number 1. People who don't open people's snaps are weird. And I'm not talking you instantly send somebody one and you expect them to instantly open it back. I'm not talking about that. There are 2 scenarios where that occurs to me, which is weird. The people who have a collection of snaps built up that they haven't opened in like a month, so they have like 30 unopened snaps, and the people who go out of their way to not open them, but still look at the aforementioned person's stories. So they look at your story, but they don't open your snap. Why? Does it take that much more effort to open a snap than to open a story? That's my hot take of the day. That's it. Alright, here it goes. Hot take of the day number 2. Taylor Swift is overrated. Reason number 1. There aren't many songs that I like of hers. Like, at minimum, it's like 5, and at maximum, it's 10. The people that listen to every single song of Taylor Swift's, I appreciate your dedication, but I just can't force myself to do that. Number 2, her concerts are ridiculously overpriced, and people still just gobble it up to listen to some mid-song or a series of mid-songs. Like, it's just like... I've decided this series is going to last 31 days because letting it last for a year, as I originally thought it could last, is a bit ridiculous in hindsight. But anyways, here's hot take number 3. Headphones, in my opinion, are better than AirPods. Now, hear me out on this one. These AirPods, very, very tiny. You can lose them very easily, okay? But these headphones, don't think I'm losing them anytime soon. Like, look at this. That is obviously much bigger, even than the case. And, look. Easily losable. Also, the audio quality is better. Don't tell me otherwise. See you later. Hot take of the day number 4. Physical media is better than digital. So, to put that in simpler terms, let's say you want to watch the Elvis movie. Physical media would be going out of your way to purchase a DVD yourself, putting it in a DVD player, and watching it that way. Digitally, you would go to a streaming service, So, HBO Max, and for some reason, Netflix now, you'd go the digital route if you want to, watch it instantly. But the problem with that is that the streaming provider can take away that movie anytime they want. They could just pull it off, and you could never be able to watch it digitally again. But with physical media, you could stick this in a DVD player as many times as you want, and you can still watch it without them bombarding your house and, freaking asking for your copy of the Elvis movie for some reason. That's it. Bye. This one's just a picture, so I'm just going to narrate it for you. Hot take of the day number 5. Year-round calendars are stupid. I don't even need a video. Just look at this. 30 days of summer break. Are you for real? This one was suggested by Lawrence Spates, and I think it's a good one. I'll tag him in this thing. Hot take of the day number 7. College does not guarantee success. Because, reason number 1, it's still, school. You still have to make good grades and stuff. You have to, perfect these classes in order to graduate. And number 2, not only is it still school, it's like really expensive school. So, not only do you have to pass the class, you also have to deal with $20,000 tuitions, and, it's a lot. It's a lot. College is not gonna, guarantee, make it in life, because you could just straight up flunk it any time and then oop, you're on the streets. But yeah, this one is a bit nerdy, but stick with me here. Hot take of the day number 8. If we're talking about video games, consoles are better than PC, because PC requires a lot more work to get a good game running. Let's say you just have a standard desktop from Walmart. You just bought a desktop from, just any store, like that one back there. That's not gonna cut it for games nowadays. You need to buy upgrades. You need to buy better hardware. Oh, but get somebody to pre-build it for you and it'll be so much better. No, it's still almost as expensive. Now, consoles, you really can buy that from a store and get a game with it. And not just that, it runs said game. Wow! Who knew consoles could just be good straight out of the box? That's it. Hot take of the day number 9. English class is the worst school subject, and I'll tell you why. Number 1. Ever since 3rd grade, we have been learning the same thing every year. The passages have changed, but not the subject material. There's still central ideas. There's still themes. There's still, what does this word mean in this place right here? There's still material like that we're just being taught over and over and over again. It's getting old to me, personally. And number 2, the main reason, besides this year, because Miss Kessinger is actually doing a good job in my eyes regarding what I'm about to say, but ever since 6th grade, and maybe even a bit before that too, I have just not had a good experience in English class, especially with the teachers. I'm not going to name names, but they're going to know who they are, because I just did not like it. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. See ya. Hot take of the day number 10. People should be required to take a test to get their driver's license, okay? And I'm going to give you just a simple video to prove my point. I mean, look at this. There would not be this many idiots in cars videos if we made people take a test for their license. And that's because people would actually know what they're doing on the road instead of being a complete moron. Bye. Hot take of the day.
Number 11.
Morgan Wallen is basically on the same level as Taylor Swift. And I will tell you why. I'm going to start with this screenshot right here.
Yes.
I want y'all to take a look at this. There is way more that I can do.
Shut up. Let's get on the bus. I don't care.
Keep going, Zach. Just keep going.
There is way more that I can do with $700 than spend it on one freaking concert. And it's like I'm a broken record, because I already said the same thing with Taylor Swift. And another thing that's the same thing with them is that I really only like one song of Morgan Wallen's. It's just like I'm repeating the same things over and over.
Last night we went to the liquor hall.
Shut up! Anyways, that's a hot take. Bye. Hot take of the day, number 12. Electric cars are a terrible concept. And I'm going to start off yet again with another screenshot. Now I can cover 2 issues in one with this. Number 1, this is a lithium-ion battery. What do lithium-ion batteries do over time? They degrade, and they also have the capability of exploding. So it's not that much better than a gas vehicle. And also, the cost issue with electric cars. I mean, look at the price of the battery itself, bro. Come on. And to those who want to say, oh, I'm saving the planet by having an electric vehicle. No, you're not. That electricity that is being used to charge your Tesla in the Barnes Crossing Mall parking lot, it's still using fossil fuels. I don't know what you're trying to achieve. But anyways, bye. Hot take of the day number 13. The royal family should not be a thing anymore. And that's because, number 1, they fell off. That's the easiest way to put it. Nobody talks about them except for the freaking news networks, and who cares when they talk about them? And the second reason, they do nothing. They do absolutely nothing. They do not have any political power. They're basically just walking mascots. But they're bad at being mascots because, like I said before, nobody cares about that. That's it. Adios. Hot take of the day, number 14. Crumble cookie is overrated for 2 reasons. Number 1, their selection is mid. I'm sorry. Some of them just do not taste good to me, okay? There is the occasional good one, but most of them are just eh. And number 2, they are stupid expensive for just 1 cookie. So remember when I said that you might have the occasional good one? That still isn't going to make you forget the fact that you're paying $4.25 for just 1 cookie. And if you want to get some for your friends or family too bad. You pay $16.50 for a freaking 4-pack. Ah! That's it. You can go now.
Hot take of the day, number 15. Modern slang has gotten worse over time. Let me explain. Before, we had slang that made sense. For example, if someone is a goat, it means they're good at something. Greatest of all time, at it. If you're basic, which I didn't even know was slang, you're a tad bit boring. Over time, it started to make less sense, but it's still manageable. Things like a simp, someone who likes another a lot, possibly without the other knowing, and Riz, the charisma someone has. But nowadays, we're just making up definitions for words or just straight up making you work. Now, we have slay, which apparently is just a substitute for saying cool after someone said something good, and period, which is just the same thing, but slay as another breath waster, and don't even get me started on.
I hope you enjoyed his rant on slang. We're finna go now. Hot take of the day. Cookie cake is better than regular cake, and I'm gonna tell you why. There really is only one reason to me why the cookie cake is better, and that's because I just think it tastes better. That's it. There is an argument about cost to be made. Let's just check the prices. Great American cookie cake, the best one by the way, $36.99. And even if you wanted to get a chocolate cake, just a regular chocolate cake that is as good as this beautiful cookie cake right here, it's nearly the same price anyway, so why even bother? Forgot to record an outro, but whatever, you get the point.
Hot take of the day. People who are an addict are lame. Save your lungs.
What you just saw there was Ivana Flores presenting us with Hot Take of the Day number 17. But 2 things before we start. Number 1, Ivana, happy birthday. I guess this is your little birthday present, I guess. I let your hot take be the hot take. And number 2, it's not necessarily vape addicts that are the problem for me. It's just the overall concept itself of vaping. The people mostly are fine. But here are the reasons why I think vaping is a bad concept. Number 1, the reason we can all universally agree upon, it's bad for your lungs. You know, me personally, I like breathing, so I'm just not going to do it. And reason number 2, it's just not that cool to me. I don't know about you other people, but me personally, it's just not that cool. If I were to kill my lungs and prevent me from being able to breathe, I would go the route of cigarettes. And if I really want to do some damage, I go with a Cuban cigar. But once again, let me just say this. I mostly do not have a problem with the people who vape. Most of them are actually pretty chill that I know. It's just the overall, concept of vaping that I do not like very much. Bye. Hot take of the day, number 18. Ohio is better than Mississippi. Now that might sound a little ridiculous, but here are the reasons. Number 1. Pretty much every website has Mississippi at like the bottom or near the bottom. And then on these same websites, Ohio is just somewhere in the middle. So that's reason number 1. And here's another website's list. Mississippi is number 47 and Ohio's number 33. Do you see what I'm saying here? Also, apparently, I just figured this out on the same website I just shown you. Ohio apparently has the 5th lowest housing cost, apparently. I don't. And to those thinking, oh, if I just move there, I'm gonna just get robbed. Well, here's reason number 2. Mississippi's crime rate is nearly the same as Ohio's anyway, so it doesn't even matter. That argument's null and void. But yeah, Mississippi, stay humbled, because the only state you're better than is Alaska. Hot take of the day.
Number 19.
People who keep 50 tabs open on anything on their phone are just straight up weird. And here's why. Really, the only reason why is it's just a matter of preference. Like, me personally, I like to keep my phone, like, clean, you know, friggin' not cluttered. And to have people like that out in the world just disturbs me. See, look. Who wants to go through this process? I don't get it. But yeah, that's about it. Hot take of the day.
Number 20.
Devious licks was the worst TikTok trend, and I'm going to tell you why. Number 1, the devious licks trend was all about stealing. And do you know what stealing does to a man? Well, it'll end you up with 6 months jail time, because stealing soap dispensers is probably most definitely under $1,000 and constitutes as petty theft. And reason number 2, not only are people stealing things and posting it online, they're promoting it at the same time, like, hey kids, it's cool to steal. Well, at the end of the day, kids, don't steal. And if you just so happen to, don't post it online. Hot take of the day, number 21. This soda right here is the best soda, and I'm going to tell you why. Number 1, it has a relatively low sugar content for, being a soda. According to the nutrition facts label, it has 78% of your recommended daily sugar. Whereas other sodas would probably have something like in the 80s, maybe even 107 if you're a Mountain Dew stan. But reason number 2, I think that it tastes the best to me. And there's really no other reason besides that. That's about it, Bob. Hot take of the day, number 22. This might really offend some of you, so just bear with me. Stanley Cups are overrated, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Number 1, they're overpriced. Let's look at the screenshots. What you're seeing right now is the price of, your average Stanley Cup. $45. Now let me show you something else. This is an Ozark Trail tumbler that is the same size, but basically $30 cheaper. Come on now. And number 2, what are you going to do with a 40-ounce cup for water? Why? Like, bruh, if you want a water cup, just get a 22-ounce or something around that number. You don't need 40 ounces of water! But yeah, point proven, I don't like Stanley Cups very much. See you later. Hot take of the day, number 23. Old music is better than modern music. And I'm going to tell you why. Number 1, no auto-tune in old music. And that's better because there was actual talent in the music, Nowadays, you could just give somebody an auto-tuner and give them lyrics and a beat. They could make something and become like a one-hit wonder, even though they pretty much did not do anything, basically. And number 2, modern music is so stuck up talking about each other's exes instead of coming up with something creative. Or at least a majority of them are. Like, I don't get, like, why you can't get over it in some other form or fashion, but honestly, you just need to be, like, more, resourceful with what lyrics you're freaking saying and promoting and stuff. I don't know. Bye. Hot take of the day number 24. Some companies just do not need merchandise because they can get freaking stupid with it. Now, I'm going to use Crumble Cookie as an example because I have a known track record for not liking them very much. Now, the people who are just straight up paying attention to my stories as of recently would be goofing and giggling in their chairs right now, as I already provided an example of Crumble merchandise that was stupid. A luggage set that's list price was $240. What? But I'm about to give you an example that's so silly you probably wouldn't have even come up with it yourself. Pink box costume! It's just, what's the point at this point? Not to mention, but they also have 2 options for wireless speakers and an umbrella. I hope you see my point now. Bye. Hot take of the day, number 25. Elvis Presley is the best artist in my opinion, and I will tell you why. Reason number 1, he took the world by storm. Everybody went crazy for this man when he was making music back in the 50s and even into the 70s. It was crazy. He's literally the best-selling solo artist of all time. Come on. But not only because of that. Reason number 2, he completely changed the music game. Think about it. What were people listening to before Elvis? What were people listening to in the early 50s? Exactly. So at the end of the day, kids, you might have a favorite artist of all time, but my favorite is literally the best, so get at it. Hot take of the day, number 26. Dasani is the worst water brand in history, and I will tell you why. Number 1, it tastes the least good, which is just a polite way of me saying, it sucks! And number 2, not only is it just a bad bottle of water, it's banned in the UK! And you want to know why it's banned? Because not only did the public realize it was just filtered tap water, it has bromate in it! Now the problem with bromate is that it's very harmful in high doses, but even in low doses it causes cancer in some animals. Why would you put it in water? But yeah, sorry for, being loud, because my hatred for Dasani grows deeper than the roots of a 155-year-old tree. Anyways, till next time, kids, if you want to get a bottle of water, get the Sam's Club one, because that stuff is actually good. Hot take of the day, number 27. I don't like my hair short. And this is really only because of one reason. I am balding, and I am balding fast. And I would like to do anything to keep as much hair on my head as possible. Bro, come on, look at this guy with all of his hair. I'm so jealous of him. Also, I don't even think having this much not hair, even matches my big old freaking head. It just looks disproportionate to me. I don't know. But yeah, at the end of the day, kids, don't take everything for granted. See you later. Hot take of the day, number 28. This Super Bowl could have been better. Because, let's recap. It's between the 49ers and the Chiefs, right? The other 2 contenders in the AFC and NFC championships were the Lions and the Ravens. If either of them made the Super Bowl, or even better, if both of them made the Super Bowl, I guarantee you, it would have been so much better to watch. Because let's be real, I don't care for the 49ers or the Chiefs. So it's really a battle where I'm rooting for the person who I dislike the least, which would be the 49ers. Because the Chiefs can go screw off with their freaking Taylor Swift. See ya. Hot take of the day, number 29. Little Caesars is the best pizza chain, and I'm gonna tell you why. For starters, let's talk about wait time. Pizza Hut is the worst about it, right? You basically have to wait 20 minutes for that junk to come out. Domino's is only a little bit better. You could get that in 10 to 15 minutes. But Little Caesars, being the saints that they are, come out with your hot and ready pizza in 5 minutes or around that time. And now the taste argument. To me, the 3 taste very similar in caliber, but they do have their differences. But they're so minute that basically my argument is they're basically the same. And now the most heated part of the argument, the cost. First, we're going to look at Pizza Hut, which is the most expensive, with $13.29 for a medium pepperoni pizza, okay? Then we have it over to Domino's with their $11 medium pepperoni pizza. But then look at this. I kid you not. Extra pepperoni on this pizza, which is presumably medium, right? At Little Caesars. $7.49. It's not even close. So, kids, at the end of the day, I'm right and you're wrong. Bye. I don't know how anybody would disagree with this one, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it anyway. Hot take of the day, number 30. Mr. Arnold is the best teacher ever. Because, number one, he teaches a pretty freaking cool subject. Chemistry, I'm going to be real, it's very interesting. How stuff does stuff. You know, that's basically what it's all about. How things react with other things. I mean, it's literally the study of change. It's very, very interesting. And not only does he teach a very interesting class, but also, number two, he is just a cool guy. I have not ever one time been mad at Mr. Arnold for anything. I just have not. The guy is so likable. He is so chill. I have no idea how anybody wouldn't like him. Well, thanks for watching my hot take. And, as always,
Thank you very much.
hot take of the day, number 31. Valentine's Day should not be celebrated as much as it is currently, right now, at this very moment. And I'll tell you why. Number one, why do you need just one day to recognize... Wait a minute. I have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I should buy stuff for him right now, and only this time of year. Like, just do it every now and then, man. Or if you're really weird, but also really generous every day, but like, why once a year? But of course, I wouldn't know about that if any of y'all know me well. But the second reason will get you, I promise you. It's corporatism. I'm telling you straight up how it is, okay? Think about it. Teddy bears, the chocolates, if you're that kind of person, you know, like me, cookie cake, that weird heart candy that all it does is rizz you up, and when you eat it, it doesn't taste very good, so the rizz doesn't work. Yeah, it's just businesses wanting to make money. But at the end of the day, kids, I'm really desperate. Well, here we are. After 68 people wanting more, and 6 people not. By the way, to those 6 people, you know who you are. But yeah, after that poll, here it is. Hot take of the day, number 32. Great Value chocolate milk, that's the Walmart brand, is the best chocolate milk on planet Earth. And I'll tell you why. There's really only one reason. It tastes the best to me. That's it. Now, the only reason why I really say that it tastes good, you know, is because it's not too sugary, it's not too sweet, and it's also not too chocolatey. They get everything just right. They nail it down. That's why it's the best to me. And to those people asking about Southern Cultured Creamery, I would say they're the best, but I haven't had that in forever. So, for now, this is what it is. That might change soon, but for now, this is it. But at the end of the day, kids, calcium. Hot take of the day, number 33. Musicals, or at least most of them, stink. And I'll tell you why. Number one, these people, most of the time, would just break out into a song after, like, any moment in time in the film. Like, literally, just listen. Yeah, no, Jake, my father just passed away after being in a horrific car accident. Dang, man, that really stinks. But we must pursue further. Also, not only do these people break out into song after, like, the most stupid moments, the songs suck! Like, for it just be some stupid stuff, like, we gotta fight till we make it right! But yeah, like I said at the start, not all musicals are like this, but it's pretty hard to find a good musical, so good luck to if you want to find one. But yeah, at the end of the day, kids, if you want to have a musical, make sure Maxwell George Todd is your vocalist. Hot take of the day number 34. Jazz band is the best band, and I'll tell you why. There's actually 3 reasons to this one, so bear with me. Number 1, the music is great. It's not insanely hard, and it's also not insanely easy. They are all good listens, and they're just good, alright? Number 2, the people in jazz band are also great. Like, it's just a grand old time we have in there. Like, I have not had a bad day in jazz band. Not to my knowledge, at least. And reason number 3, since there's not as many people in there as either marching band or concert band, it's like, 10, 15 people, you won't be spending as long working with specific sections, right? And so you can get this music learned faster, which I already mentioned was fun music. So you can just run pieces and call it a day, basically. And that's why I like it so much. Music's good, and you can learn it fast while having fun at the same time. Bye. Hot take of the day number 35. Snapchat Plus is not that good of a subscription service, and I'll tell you why. Number 1. The perks are not good. I'm telling you right now. Come on. Look at these perks, bruh. Chat wallpaper, custom app themes, post view emoji. And you're paying $3.99 a month for it? Why? Reason number 2. Free Snapchat is good enough. It gets the job done. I don't know why you would want to pay $4 a month, or if you want to try and save money, $30 a year to make Snapchat better. Wow. But yeah, at the end of the day, kids, don't waste money on something that will only let you see who rewatched your story. Bye. Hot take of the day number 36. Beach vacations are overrated. Here's why. Number 1, there are so many things you gotta worry about when you go to the beach, okay? So let's say that you're going on summer vacation to Orange Beach. Now, the reason why I say Orange Beach is because I'm experienced there. I've been there twice, so I know what I'm talking about. So, you go on summer vacation there. First thing you gotta worry about is the freaking sand. Unless if you got some freaking sandals, that sand is going to be so incredibly hot. It's not going to be a good time, man. It's just not. And even if you had sandals, sand is so sneaky. It can just get in between there. And not only is sand a problem, but like I said, the sand's hot. What makes it hot? The sun. And you know what the sun does to you during the summer? It burns you. So you better have SPF 300 million protection, or else you're going to explode. And not only with the sun and the sand, we also got the sharks in the water, or other dangerous fishy things. Sometimes you can't even go to the beach because there's a red flag out there because somebody found freaking stonefish. That's a real thing, by the way. They're really freaking scary. You better watch out when you walk in water. And also, reason number 2, the less descriptive one, there's really nothing to do there besides beach. I'm sorry. Really, the only things you can do there are beach, restaurant, and maybe, if you are so lucky, the one attraction they have there. There is nothing else. So, at the end of the day, kids, if you want to go on vacation, go to Gatlinburg during spring break. You will not regret it. Hot take of the day.
Number 37.
Tornadoes are worse than hurricanes, and I will tell you why. For starters, let's talk about wind speed. When you think about hurricane, you think about Category 5 being 150 miles an hour. Meanwhile, a tornado, with its EF5-iness, will be 200 miles an hour. And I've seen tornadoes that go up to 300 miles an hour. It's crazy. And my second reason is predictability. You can predict the hurricane days, maybe even weeks in advance. But tornadoes, you got 15 minutes for that stuff. So you better get ready, because this motherfucker sure wasn't.
No.
Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, if you don't want to get picked up by an EF5 tornado, just be fat so it can't pick you up. I know, this is another weather one, and it's also really nerdy, but you're going to have to stick with me because this is actual useful information. Hot take of the day, number 38. Everybody should own a weather radio. Now, what is a weather radio? I'll tell you. They are official receivers of official broadcasts from the National Weather Service. Now, the National Weather Service are the big boys in meteorology. They are the top dogs, the official people who issue all the warnings and whatnot. And these official stations that the National Weather Service, broadcasts from, they will put any warnings on there instantly. So if you own one of these things, you're basically getting knowledge of a bad weather event happening instantly. Now, there's two more good things with it, too. And if you don't know what they look like, by the way, they look like this. Or at least the good ones look like that. Number one of the two more good things, they do not require internet. So, if the cell towers are down, you don't have any Wi-Fi, you can listen to that. Because it does not need a cell signal. And number two, they are battery powered. So, like I said, if your Wi-Fi's out, it probably means the power's out. So all you gotta do is stick some AA's in these things, and you can still listen to the official broadcasts of the official stations of the National Weather Service, getting things instantly. I sound like a broken record, but at the end of the day, it's a really good thing, and I don't know why more people have them. But at the end of the day, kids, if you want to avoid all types of tornadoes and such entirely, don't live in Mississippi. Hot take of the day number 39. The trombone is the best instrument in my opinion, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, it has a unique sound, and I like it that way. It's come on, listen to this. And reason number two, the more musical one, of course, you really can't be out of tune on this if you know what you're doing. You see, you already have the tuning slide, which you pull in or out, but what if you are, in the moment and you have a sharp or flat note? Well, all you have to do is pull it in or out, in or out, in or out, depending on what your situation is. So if you know what you're doing, you can always, be in tune. And that's something valve instruments can't do because they don't have a slide. Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, if you're choosing an instrument to start with in beginner band, do not be high brass. You will regret it. Hot take of the day number 40. Chromebooks are garbage, and I will tell you why. Number one, I don't know if it's just the school Chromebooks that have this problem, but they are so incredibly slow. Look at this. I found the specs for the Chromebooks we use. 1.83 gigahertz. 4 gigabytes of RAM. What? And also reason number two. The OS that it runs on is garbage. Now, if you don't know what an OS is, it's basically the software that the computer runs on. In this case, it's going to be Chrome OS. And Chrome OS is actually dumb. How dumb? Really, the only thing you can do on it is get stuff from the Chrome Web Store. And go on Google Chrome. That's it. There is no accessibility. But anyways, at the end of the day, kids, Google should just stick to YouTube because they do not make good computers. See you later. Hot take of the day number 41. Golf is one of the most boring sports ever. And I will tell you why. Number one, it is not very athletic. Really, the only athletic aspect I've seen in the PGA Tour is just people walking to holes instead of using a golf cart. For real, you could be 70 years old and you're about to be admitted into the nursing home, but then you're going to be like, wait a minute, sissy, I need to play one more round at the country club. And also, reason number two, it is not that fun to watch. I'm sorry, for real. Do you see anybody watching golf and reacting like this? But at the end of the day, kids, no matter how hard I try and convince people that golf isn't that good of a sport, even I can see why people still do it. Bye. Hot take of the day number 42. Drum Corps International is underrated. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's basically really good marching bands competing against each other. And I'll tell you why it's so good. Really, the only reason why, to me, is that they sound really freaking good. Like, they do not sound like your average high school or college band. Like, listen to this. Really freaking good. Now, what constitutes a good drum corps musically are two things. Number one, they have little to no wrong notes. And number two, like you just heard, they're loud while still having the right notes. That's why it's so good to me. At the end of the day, kids, if you have $50 to spare, buy at least one of these, because you will not regret it. Hot take of the day, number 43. Dogs are better than cats. And it all comes down to one reason: loyalty. Now, let's say that you are in your house one day and you have an intruder and he starts beating the living crap out of you, right? So, what dogs are going to do is they're going to try and do their absolute bestest to, defend you and your freaking household at all costs. Meanwhile, cats, they're just going to be there like, what do you want me to do? Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, bark bark is better than meow meow. See ya. This is going to be another hot take where I attack another pop artist, so bear with me. Hot take of the day, number 44. Harry Styles is overrated. And it's literally for the exact same reasons as the other two. But for those who don't know the reasons, I will reiterate them for you. Reason number 1. His music is blown out of proportion. I quite literally only like one song. I don't know how people can like all the rest of them. Also, reason number 2. His concerts are overpriced. And I found something really funny to back me up. Check this headline out. Harry Styles fans infuriated over surging tour ticket prices amidst UK cost of living crisis. Like, bro, it does not get much better than that, man. Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, I just don't like modern pop artists. Bye. This one's for the junior high children that have me added. Hot take of the day, number 45. High school is not that bad, and I'll tell you why. Reason number 1. You have longer time periods for class. So, in 7th grade and 8th grade, you have 7 periods, which are 55 minutes, give or take about 5 minutes. And in high school, you have 4 blocks that are an hour 30 each. So, automatically, it's not as much to deal with at one time. In terms of discipline, it's not any different from the junior high. I know some teachers like to say that, but really, if you get in trouble at the junior high, it's almost the same thing as getting in trouble at the high school. But I wouldn't know that because I don't have any discipline referrals. And I don't plan on having any just for the sake of a hot take. And finally, the third reason. Our campus really isn't that big. So it's not like you're going to get freaking lost. In fact, I might argue that the junior high is either the same size or bigger. But even if that weren't the case, our campus still isn't that big. So, yeah. And to those making mention of, oh, Zachary, but the classes are only a semester long. That's not really going to matter in the grand scheme of things. In fact, I'd actually argue that it is an advantage, but I'm running out of time. So at the end of the day, kids, go Warriors! Hot take of the day, number 46. K-pop is bad, and I'll tell you why. Reason number 1, it does not sound good. All I hear is pretty much the most generic pop background mixed with the most generic Korean or English vocals that I've ever heard. Like, me personally, it is just generic and bad. And also, reason number 2, the fan base. The fan base is awful. These people will die for these people. They will stand upon the highest hill and say anything to protect these freaking stupid K-pop groups that they like so much. And it's just like, why can't you have that kind of dedication to something else? Of course, music is very subjective, and I've had a lot of music opinions, but I'm just sharing to you how Zach sees it. Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, they should have never let me on the road. Hot take of the day number 47. People should not bring their babies in public, and I'm going to tell you why. I say this really only because of one reason. They are obnoxious in every conceivable way. Like, for real. Let me set up the stage for you. You could be talking with your friends at the mall, and then all of a sudden you just hear this. Yeah, John, I had so much fun last night. We did laser tag, we went to the movies, we went to do all this stuff. Shut up! Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, just don't have children. Bye. Hot take of the day number 48. TikTok dances should not be a thing anymore. And I'm going to tell you why. Reason number 1. They fell off. Let's be real for a second here. Who have you seen in the last 6 months be like, hey guys, have you seen that new TikTok dance? I think we should try that new TikTok dance. Also, reason number 2, they look stupid. Now, what I'm about to show you is a real situation that happened when I was making up chemistry work. What in the world is wrong with that? Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, if you want to do dances, don't do them at school! This one's going to be really bad, but I don't care because it's what I think. Hot take of the day number 49. Harry Potter is overrated, and I'm going to tell you why. Reason number 1, it's boring. I'm telling you straight up how it is. And I know this because I tried to read the first book several times, and I couldn't even get past the first 15 pages every single time. Like, it's not that fun. Also, don't ask me about the movies either. I haven't watched them, and since they're based on the books anyway, I don't plan on watching them. And reason number 2, the fan base is also kind of weird. So, let me give you an example. Back in November of 2023, the most recent Lions band tryouts, right? Everybody else in the bus that I was in was talking about, oh, what house are you? I'm a Hufflepuff. I'm a Slytherin. I'm a freaking Cheeto Puff. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting in that bus like, what am I supposed to say? But anyways, at the end of the day, kids, riggedy-riggedy-roo, I just gave you the flu. Hot take of the day number 50. It has been a long time. Anyways, stools are a terrible concept, and I will tell you why. Reason number 1, no backrest. I don't know about y'all, but I like leaning back on my chair. So, let's see what happens when you try and lean back on a stool. Okay, I'm on a stool now. Let's see what happens when I try and lean back. And, aw, crap. And yes, I know what your counter argument's gonna be. But Zach, stools can have backrests too. Well, what's the point? Because reason number 2, chairs exist. And pretty comfy ones too. So, what's the point in a stool? Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, of course the fat kid's gonna talk about how he likes sitting in chairs. See ya. Hot take of the day.
Number 51!
Chick-fil-A in Oxford is the worst Chick-fil-A, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is only for one reason. I had to wait 35 minutes for an 8-piece chicken nugget, a medium fry, a medium Dr. Pepper with no sauce. Probably because they didn't even ring it up because they were slacking in there. Take it from these people. These people ordered before me, and they still got their food. Why? I don't know. Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, Chick-fil-A overall as a restaurant is an 8 out of 10. But that restaurant over there is a definite 3. See ya. Hot take of the day number 52. State tests are actually stupid, and I'm going to tell you why. For starters, reason number 1. Why does the state need to know how good I know about freaking algebra or English or whatever the crap? Like, I should be just fine if I just pass the class, right? And be exempt from the final exam, but nope. The state wants to know how good I am at English too. And also reason number 2, not only is state testing straight up just a thing, it is a very bad thing too. Because they have like 50 billion, jillion, gazillion, oh my lord, a million questions. And they give you like an hour and 30 minutes to do all of it. Or 2 hours and 30 minutes. And it's just like... But anyways, at the end of the day, kids, don't go to school. Hot take of the day, number 53. YouTube is slowly falling off, and I'm going to tell you why. Reason number 1. Everybody is either quitting, retiring, moving on to bigger projects, just that kind of thing. Almost every YouTuber I know is doing that. For example, Game Theory, MatPat, he's gone. Tom Scott, he's significantly cutting down on videos. Meat Canyon's significantly cutting down on videos. Seth Everman is quitting the internet forever. I mean, everybody's leaving. Well, Zach, I mean, sure, those YouTubers quit, but there are better YouTubers to fill that gap. Well, reason number 2, mainstream YouTube is just plummeting. Also, like, what I'm about to show you is basically the average video. This is my friend's house, and that is 500 pounds of TNT. We're gonna blow up his house and surprise him with a new one. I'm gonna let my dog do the outro. Let's see what she has to say. So impactful. This is another one of those hot takes where I don't think anybody would disagree, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Hot take of the day, number 54. Mississippi is the worst state to live in, and I'll tell you why. Reason number 1. We're poor. That's the best way to put it. I mean, come on, check this out. This is a list of all the states, and Mississippi has the lowest income with $47,000 a year. You're letting Alaska and Wyoming beat you. And reason number 2, I don't know if you can see it, but it's actively raining right now. If it's not dead winter or dead summer, then it's going to be like rain almost every other day of the week. And if it isn't rain, it's some other meteorological mishap because we live in Mississippi. That's just how it... Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, if there is something that Mississippi is good at, it's being stupid. Hot take of the day, number 55. Epic Games handled the Fortnite servers last night terribly. And I'm going to tell you why. Number 1, they were in downtime for 19 hours! And that is the longest it's ever been. Usually it'd be back by like 8 in the morning after shutting the servers down at 2 in the morning, right? So that's 8 hours. It came back at 8:30 at night. Why did it take them that long? Oh, we found a bug, guys. We gotta fix it. Did it take that long to fix it? Like, I'm genuinely confused. And I'm even more confused because reason number 2, they still didn't have their crap together after they brought the game back. Because I played 2 matches after that long wait, got stuck on a loading screen, which is somehow still an issue, and I rebooted the game just to be greeted with a 25-minute queue. I wait, and when I'm at 17 minutes, they push me back to 47. Why? It genuinely makes me mad sometimes. Like, why? But anyways, at the end of the day, kids, play other video games. This one is really specific, but hear me out. Hot take of the day, number 56. People above the age of 28 do not need to be introduced to modern slang. And I'll tell you why. Reason number 1. I already said modern slang was stupid. I mean, what kind of words are we using? Like, why can't we just say normal people words for stuff? Like, why do you need to say somebody's skibbity? I don't know. And reason number 2, do you even know what it would sound like for someone like above that age to use that kind of vocabulary? Like, I will literally give you an example right now. Alright, Granddad, I made you dinner tonight, and let me know what you think about it.
Oh, have mercy. This stuff is busting. No cap. For real, for real. Say it, son. Have you rizzed up anybody at school today?
No, but thanks for letting me know that the food
Oh, you're the most skibbity grandchild I've ever had. Get out of here before I pay them tax.
Anyways, at the end of the day, kids, here's my message to those people who are above 28 years old. Stick to golf. Well, here we are. This is going to be the final hot take, and I'll tell y'all why later. Hot take of the day, number 57. this whole series was pretty much the greatest project I've ever done. And that's for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, it was my big popularity stunt. This all came about from, you know what, I'm bored, screw it. I'm going to post my opinion on my Snapchat story, and I'm going to make it a series of my opinions and yada yada, because I'm bored. Turns out, I grew kind of a fan base for it, and it's really cool, but it's also really weird, because you'd have people you don't know just walk up to you and be like, well, hey, it's Mr. Hot Take of the Day. Hot take of the day, number yada yada. Impressions. Hey, what's the hot take today, Zach? It's kind of cool, and it's also kind of weird. And reason number 2, it was fun. All around. It was so fun. It was fun making it. I hope it was fun for y'all watching it. And it was really fun to see everybody's reaction to it, whether you agreed with them or disagreed with them. It was really fun to, get all y'all's opinions and see whether we aligned up or not. But unfortunately, the series is getting stale, and I've also run out of ideas. So this is where it's going to end. Will I bring it back? Who knows? But at the end of the day, kids, all good things must come to an end. And this is unfortunately one of those good things which demise has come. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. Some of you might be wondering this. What's next? What's Zachary Tottery going to come up with now that he's not doing hot takes? Well, I might, for now, just upload band and video game related content on my channel for now. Because if I were to make a season 2 of the hot takes, I'd need ideas, and that's something I don't have right now. But yeah, I'm just going to leave this series dormant. And I'm going to work on other projects on here. So, that's all, really. Remember, at the end of the day, kids, appreciate everything while it lasts. That's all.